Hi there. So here we are 3 months later. I didn't get a chance to do a video for YouTube for my channel, and I got some time to do this. I have this old PC. Okay, it was working fine. All of a sudden just stopped working and totally dead. So what I have here is a dead PC. So I'm going to figure out what's wrong with it. Okay, most of the time when there is no power, most likely it's the power supply that in the back. Okay, that power supply is the culprit here. Okay, most of the time. It could be motherboard, it could be memory, but motherboard and power supply are the main cause of totally dead PC. Most of the time it's a power supply, and sometimes it's a motherboard. Memory also have an impact on it. However, memory or video card, you get the post, power on self-test, and it with the beep it will tell you which component is not working. So in this video, this is what I'm going to diagnose. So please take a look. All right, so I plugged everything in, right? The switch on the on situation of the power supply. Okay, and I press the power button here. Okay, nothing happened. All right, so I'm going to open this up and first check the power supply. Let me disconnect the fan here. Okay. All right, there are a couple of ways of checking your power supply. One is the simplest one is I have this power supply tester, and I'm gonna unplug this connection from the motherboard, and it's 12-volt connection for the CPU right here, and I will connect it in here from the power supply, and I will see if one of these lights will lit, which will show me. If the light would not lit, that will show me that there is a problem with the power supply. All right, that's one way. The other way is, like, if you have another power supply, you could disconnect from the motherboard and connect that power supply into the motherboard and 12 volt from the other power supply in here, and plug that in just to see if your computer will boot up. Okay, all right, so I'm going to try this method first, so take a look. All right, so I'm going to disconnect the connection to the motherboard here, but the space here is not enough, so I will have to take out these two memory sticks in order to make the room for my hand to press the clip. All right, so take this out from both ends here. Okay, take the memory stick out here. Second one out. Okay, so now I have plenty of room here. So let me just, there's a clip here, so press on the clip. It's a little tough one here. You have to press with one finger on the clip and pull it out. Okay, all right, so it's out. Now we'll take out the 12 volt connection on this side. So much easier, right? So I'm going to connect these two to the tester. All right, so let's bring the tester here. Okay. Okay, here we go. All right, and connect the 12 volt. First, let me try without that and see. Okay, so it's only showing 5 volt. Okay, that's it. All other lights are not on, so we know it's definitely power supply. Okay, so let's try 12 volt connection. Okay. Turn this thing on. Nothing there for 12 volt. So only 5 volt is coming out of this power supply, and you need both 5 volt, 3 volt and 12 volt for power supply to work. So we definitely know it's a power supply. Had this not be power supply, then we would have checked for the memory and we would check for the motherboard. So very simple, we're just going to replace the power supply and see if this works. Okay, all right, we're going to disconnect all the other components that are connected for the power from the power supply. All right, we already have the motherboard connection and 12 volt connection is out. Okay, so the component that we are taking out is one of them is right here on the hard drive. Okay, and the other one is at the floppy drive here. Okay, and there's another floppy drive. No, this one is CD-ROM. Okay, I believe that's it. All other components are out. So now we are going to take this power supply out of this case and put the new power supply. All right, we're going to open this up. I'm going to loosen up these. And sure that hold the power supply from the other end. Okay, all right, it's out of there. All right, so this one is a new power supply. It's a 500 watt power supply. Before that it was 375 watt, and it has a lot more connection in here, and it's not modular, so we're gonna have to tie up these wires inside. It's gonna be a mess in there. All right, so let's put the new power supply in. Right, so it's done. Okay, so we have this new power supply, and we will not be using this PCI Express because we don't need extra power for PCI Express, so I'm going to tie this up. And we have two of these. Where you go, the other one? Yeah, we have two of these for 5-volt connection. So we're going to be connecting the floppy and the CD-ROM on one side, and we'll be connecting the hard drive on the other side. And I'm going to tie up the other wire so that it doesn't look too cluttered. Okay, so first thing first, this is the main connection to the motherboard. Now this is 20 pin, and there are some motherboard with 24 pin. So it has like a separate area that if you want to connect a 24 pin motherboard, you could do that. So we're only going to need this, and I'm going to plug this in now. Okay. Okay, that's in. Alright. Alright, I'm going to move this in here somehow. Yeah, so that doesn't look too cluttered here. Okay, so this one. Okay, we're gonna connect this here. Okay, and the data connection right here. Okay. Probably one of them is going to be used for fan, so let's do this. Okay, alright, so the fan is connected, and there will be another connection to the fan to this one. Okay, all right, so I'm going to tie this up, and the 12-volt connection is right here, so we're going to use one of them here. Okay, move the wire out of the way so that it doesn't affect the CPU. Alright, so everything is connected, and oh, I didn't connect these. Okay, so let's connect these two. Both of these are Molex connection, and I have only one Molex connection here. Alright, I'll take a look. Alright, so I have a little problem here. Notice that in this area I got two SATA power and one Molex, and apparently I need a Molex for CD-ROM as well as floppy. So I'm not going to connect the floppy, I'm just going to connect the CD-ROM, and I have ordered an adapter from say SATA to Molex, which will come in about a week or so. So it's not a big deal. Let's connect this last portion in here. Okay. Alright, so we'll connect that later. For now, I'll put these wires here like that. Make it less clutter here. And we plug back the memory sticks. When you don't have a light. Okay. Alright. Okay. Right. Okay, the memory sticks are in the bank. Okay. Alright, so let's turn this baby on. Alright, let's turn this thing on and see if it power up. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. As you can see on the monitor here. Right. Okay, so that was the problem. You don't need to do any further. Power supply was a problem, and this PC is now running. Thank you for watching this video, and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.